it like rocket fuel.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the New Orleans Saints. With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome with the call from New Orleans. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first pick of the second round back in 2001, and that's the veteran Drew Brees.
Drew Brees' accomplishments have been borderline astounding. When you look back at what people thought about him coming out of college, so-called height issue, you name it, he can do it, and boy, does he prepare well for each and every game.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Brees. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees. And that's caught by Smith. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Brees. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
Jaworski Tartt came out of Samford University in Alabama, and he is a guy who is an absolute flash at the safety position.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now, Breeze again. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive was surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive. Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us. But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 48-yard line. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3. Three receivers head out right, one to the left on second and 3. Breeze now to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Breeze now on first down. Again has it complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Cook's got it. Touchdown Saints. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Yeah, he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're back up to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That good for 19 and a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run with Coleman on first down, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
Here we go. What do you need? Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Watch the boot.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And that is incomplete. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Brees on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Working from the gun, it's Brees. The open man is Smith. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down. Breeze now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play on that situation.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8. 54, Mike, 54. I want that. 3 seconds.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Shotgun now for Breeze. This is caught by Gill. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
5-9. Mike's 5-4. Here we go, here we go.
Now Breeze on third down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So that one will be accepted.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ready.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Now Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Intended for Michael Thomas. Incomplete. He was covered by Richard Sherman.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Here's Breeze. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Richard Sherman.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, it's Breeze. And he finds Cook. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Let's go.
And the Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Breeze now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now Breeze gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Breeze to throw again. That'll be complete to Cook. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 33.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Breeze now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a 2nd guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8. Check 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
To throw is Breeze. And that's caught by Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 there, and a New Orleans 1st down. Breeze now already over 150 yards through the air in the opening quarter. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. They complete it to Hill. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 5-yard line.
Ready. 95-56. Here we go. D all day. Defense all day.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Mike, ready. Yo, we're waiting. Mike, spot forward. Let's go. Ready,
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. So great play there, obviously, because of the loss. We had your free safety coming up to make the tackle.
Great observation, because one of the cliches is that every defensive coach tells us, in run defense, we need all 11 to the ball in order to handle it. Well, how often does the free safety begin dropping into the box? Not very often. So he did a nice job diagnosing and getting involved.
A 20-yard attempt.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. So put 3 on the board, but from that far into enemy territory, probably hoping for more.
Yeah, I think they're going to get together on the sideline and talk about it, right? Because you get that far, that deep, you want to come away with a touchdown. They'll take the 3, but they're going to file it away for the future.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up. And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
You can say a lot of things about the great play of Kiko Alonso, but the number one thing you will say, he will hit you.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down. He went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Here we go, here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the run.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. Fighting down past the 45. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
That's
12-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
49ers nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I'm going to run you over.
Coleman. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
Right, here we go. 180. 54 miles. Let's go one more.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Here we go. 180. Check. Watch 54. Watch the blast.
On 1st down, it's Coleman. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now a give right side, Coleman. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense.
Here we go.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Double dog.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Got him in. He finds Sanders.
Go ahead.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
1st down, San Francisco.
Here we go. 180. 56. You're trapped.
They'll run on 1st down. Coleman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That's one where you probably give the ball carrier a bit of a mulligan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, where was he going to go there?
Yeah, you could almost see his brain turning over from our perspective. Just put your foot in the ground and go, except there was no place to put his foot in the ground, and there was no place to go. No room to roam.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Handoff, Coleman, right side. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, there's no doubt in my mind the defense has to be excited. They should be excited after what they've done recently here. But guess what? My old coaches always used to say, when you're having that kind of success, be careful. Play your keys, play your techniques. Watch out for something coming at you.
Good job defending the run. Probably going to have to defend the pass here. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to let this go for the... And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Kendrick Bourne, 31 yards, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score Saints 12.
That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Toss play, Kamara. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Throwing on 2nd down. Breeze again has it complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Breeze now to throw. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
A 52-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now a give right side. It's Coleman. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Cameron Jordan made the tackle. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Garoppolo. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact. Able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Brees now. And this is Cook with a grab. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Throwing on first down is Brees. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Again, they'll throw with Brees. Complete. Smith has it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11. And the former first pick of the 2nd round of the 2001 draft doing his thing.
And the beauty of watching him play is progressions. Yeah, he can throw it deep, but how about his ability to hit secondary targets, underneath targets, and hits them with accuracy?
On 1st and 10, here's Brees. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good pickup there at 22.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. Brees going to come up here, 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now Brees again. This is caught by Ginn. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, it's Breeze. And Thomas has it. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the 1st.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8. 54, right, 54. Army.
Breeze to throw again. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackle.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
Here's Kamara off the draw. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great. but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up?
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
It's on field.
Coleman now. And now look at him go. 30, the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, 69 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Gold to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 4.
Next to score, Saints 18.
So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Turn things over to their D. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Now Kamara. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 30 on second down, Breeze gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw, it's Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good, solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
Breeze's throw on target to Cook. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Breeze now on first down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Four receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 3. Breeze going to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Breeze. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here's Breeze. Cook's got it. Touchdown Saints. Jared Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Now that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. That time, a 9-play drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch the screen.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Open man is born. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Here we go.
Garoppolo on first down. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. There's Garoppolo to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And out trots Jared Cook with the rest of his offensive mates. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far as we see here on your screen.
They may have to draw up coverages they haven't run so far. They have to create something on the fly because he's beaten everything. And when you watch this game unfold, you keep thinking to yourself, is it 2 men, 3 men, maybe even a 4th guy may have to go and account for him. But right now, he's shredding the defense.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is Coleman. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And, you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Garoppolo drops it off for Coleman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
First down, 49ers.
Garoppolo, just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
Right back to him on first down. Demario Davis there on the stop.
The tackle made by Demario Davis. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Saints' 49-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can't he?
Yeah, he can indeed. And pretty well executed there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 28-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And this is caught at the 8. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A very solid gain of 27. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Emmanuel Sanders there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score.
First and goal, forget running the football, forget establishing anything. Just put it in the end zone with the pass for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the definition of catching the defense off guard there. They weren't expecting that.
And that totally goes against type, doesn't it? When you think first and goal from the 1, you're thinking running play.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. Garoppolo again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Again has it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Sponge. No, when I say.
Here's Breeze to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a good play when you're able to bat a ball away or down, because if you actually tip it in the air, now the offense is getting a second shot at catching the football, or another receiver may come along and grab it out of the air and turn it into a big play. So if you make a play on the ball, make sure it's knocked away or down. Otherwise, there could be some jeopardy.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Breeze to throw again. That'll be complete to Cook. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 49ers 31-yard line.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
Complete to Alvin Kamara. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Again, it's Breeze. And that's caught by Smith. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Breeze. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2. They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. And he's probably wondering, how do I get that mojo back from the first half that he seems to have lost a little bit here in the third quarter?
And every guy has his whisperer on the team. You know, that one guy who can say things to him that other people can't. Right now, he's looking for that guy to kind of, hey, we're good, we're good.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Brees now. And complete right side to Cook. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 13.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Right there, 56. Get him, get him, get him.
On 3rd and long, it's Brees. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Coleman. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Game situation, let's go.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And Sanders has got it complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
First down, 49ers.
Garoppolo now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Garoppolo. He's going to be driven down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now they hand off to Coleman. 8 yards here, so that gets them back within striking distance. And now it's 3rd down.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball, creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
Here we go. 180! Watch the run.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Got the connection here to Bourne. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You've got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards there and a Niner first. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Let's go, D! Let's go!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that second down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. On second down now. It's Coleman, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. The Niners on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school, I was always begging my teachers for a make.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. DeForest Buckner picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. Nice move at the 40. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go. Black 80! Go!
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And this one complete to Levine Toilolo. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Garoppolo on first down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Here we go. 180! Check. Block 54. Come on, D!
Open man is born. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Breeze to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Man, I got you.
From midfield, here's Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the 1st down to go along with it. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the 1st quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 14 yards. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Lutz with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation, because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. Let's see if he can do it. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Here we go. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, defense.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. It's caught by Coleman. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. To throw is Garoppolo. Finding Bourne here over the middle. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33.
A gain of 14. First down, 49ers.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Garoppolo again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Garoppolo looks to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Garoppolo. And that's complete to Sanders. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Here in this 4th quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
On second down and 4, Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ready. Yellow lady. Mark 56. I'm coming.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tartt.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Ready. Yellow lady. Right there. 54 Mike. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys.
Throwing on second and 8. Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete.
Breeze pass. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line.
First and 10 at the 43.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a second and 3.
Jarquiski Tartt on the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 37-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a second and 3. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go back to Murray on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
That was second down run for Murray. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Right there, 54 Mike. Here we go.
Murray. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz.
A 32-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Garoppolo and the Niners now down by a field goal, under 1:20 to go. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up first and 10.
Check, 47. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
To throw is Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
You've got to get out of bounds. You absolutely have to get out of bounds.
Right idea working the perimeter, but the clock rolling. First down now, but that clock rolling.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Back to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
And a 49er first down.
Would be a long field goal try from here as they try to hustle to the line. He's back to throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle.
Hey, come on.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
George Kittle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Here we go. 180!
Back to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. One final try now for Garoppolo. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans.
And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.